Hello, snuck up on me again. It's good to have you guys back in the Hawkins household. I hope everything's going well at your house. Miss you guys like crazy. I'm sure you're probably not too fond of, you probably don't miss me that much, but in any event, I have been working on geometry since we've been out. We've looked at the transformations unit. Again, we selected this unit because it is pretty easy to understand, so we thought it'd be easy to do during distance learning. But so far in the unit, we've looked at different transformations, basically 3 of them. We looked at a translation, which is just a slide on the coordinate plane. We looked at a reflection, which is just a flip on the coordinate plane. And then the last one we just finished up was on a rotation. And that's where you have a center of rotation and you're kind of spinning around that. So we're going to continue on with the transformations unit today. But first, let's see what's going on in the Hawkins household in here. What are you guys doing?
We're drawing.
Oh, let's see what you're drawing, Maggie.
It's me flying a kite.
Oh, that is very good. Man, the sun's really big. You got a tree in there. Wow, you did a good job. Joey, what are you working on? Holy cow, you drew this? Wow, that is amazing. You must be like a natural born artist or something. Now, if I look closely at this, I mean, this is beautiful for many reasons that Joey drew this by hand. But in any event, things that are making this beautiful to the eye is something called symmetry, which kind of moves us to the next part of the transformation unit, which is on symmetry. There's several different symmetries going on in this drawing that Joey drew by hand. And I'm going to point a couple of them out to you using simpler shapes than Joey's elaborate drawing. So I'm going to use these simple shapes right here. So again, this is just a regular hexagon. There's a couple of symmetries going on in this shape. One is called a line symmetry, or reflectional symmetry. And basically what that is you can draw a line through the shape and cut it into equal parts. So if I draw a diagonal from this vertex up to this one, again I can fold it. It ends up back onto itself like that. So that fold is actually called a line of symmetry. So that's one of them. There's going to be a bunch of line of symmetries on this, but again that's just one of them. And another one would be if I fold it like this. That's another line of symmetry. Again, when it folds onto itself like that, textbooks call that mapping onto itself. I'm not sure why they chose that. When I was your age, I really didn't understand what that meant, mapping onto itself. But that's just when the image goes on top of itself perfectly like that. So that's one type of symmetry, and that's reflectional symmetry. Another type of symmetry is rotational symmetry. Let's use pentagons for this one. So rotational symmetry is just like its name. It's a rotating symmetry that happens. So if I take these two and put them right on top of each other like that, I can now rotate the one. So I start to rotate the top one until it maps on top of itself again. Just like that. So that's rotational symmetry, is when it maps on top of itself like that. I also found these laying around. Mrs. Hawkins has a lot of decorations in the house. I'm not sure what these are, but these are stars. But these have rotational symmetry as well. So again, if I put the one star on top of the other one, I can rotate it until it quote-unquote maps on top of itself again like that. You can measure this rotational symmetry. The way you measure the rotational symmetry is you count up the number of equal parts. So here I have 5 equal parts on this star. So again, the rotational symmetry would be basically 360 divided by 5. So I would do 360 divided by the 5 equal parts. So this is said to have 72 degrees of rotational symmetry. It also has line symmetry too. If you can draw a line right through it like that, it also has some line symmetry. So basically what I'm going to have is I'm going to have some notes after this video that I would like you to watch on rotational and line symmetry. Pretty easy to follow along, and then I'll have you submit some homework on that as well. So again, it was great seeing you guys. Stay tuned for our next TikTok video. Thank you.